Good evening, none and all. No viewers, it says there so far. Wonderful. Uh, welcome, welcome to the Swemp Electronics Football Alliance Division 2. And this is match day 12. And tonight I am joined by co-commentator who did most of the first season, to be honest. And is this possibly a second appearance of season 2 for the Quinton Fortuna manager, the manager of Quinton Fortuna, Quinton Fortuna. Good evening.
I do indeed manage myself. Good evening.
Well done, successful. Um, yes, it's a great set of fixtures ahead. Are there any that are getting your attention other than that one there at the bottom of the screen?
Yeah, well, Sprungfell Badgers promises to be a good game, doesn't it? I mean, the fans are pouring in for this one with the concurrent views of zero, so you can tell what an important match day it is. But I quite like the look at your team against Grove. I think that should be an intriguing battle. Although it's sixth against fourth, I think them two teams have potential to be definitely in the top three. So yeah, that's the other eye catcher, I guess.
Yeah,
And speak of the
it's
devil there, or the Grove
it's
managers.
indeed, Stu. Good evening. Hope you are well. We've got a Swans here as well. Swans here. That takes us up to even more viewers. It still says we've got
Oh,
none.
that's good. It still does say none, doesn't it? So
No
it's
viewers, no chat. But we have those. Swan, who actually is the third brother. So yeah, good evening, Swan. And of course, you got a great match tonight against a winnable game, of course, versus Sporting Clube d'Originale, which will be superb as ever. So it says three viewers. Oh, you've got three. We've got one. We've got one. Um, anyway, so let's take a quick look at that league team. Oh, Steve's here. Steve's in. Good evening, Steve. We just talked about how great your team were, and then Smuts, the entertainers of Aussie's Dream, versus the entertaining people of Locomotive Boston in CSCP form. And Big Noopy is here for the um, evening from the inferior division manager and fan. That's what he says. Four. Wow, this is just getting better and better, isn't it? There's so many people on. Anyway, yeah, the tables particularly tight at the moment, especially when you compare it with Division One.
yeah, it's a more competitive league, though, isn't it? It's a much more fun league than I mean any Division One manager who comes near and starts saying it's inferior must have something wrong with them. It's very tight. Anyone can win this. Boston have had a great start. However, Badgers hot on the tails now. Sprungfeld only a win away. So tonight's matches could make all the difference.
Yeah, and let's take a look down at the bottom of the table where, of course, there's still plenty of action there. Three teams locked on 7 points.
Yeah, I don't think they're doing too bad for bottom teams this time round. I mean, Blues are only 3 points above, aren't they? So they're all again goal difference wise, maybe not Red West specific, but all of them are. The others are within a win from getting out of there. So it is a lot more competitive than they have been. And Red West are only just getting started, aren't they? They've picked up a few points recently.
Yeah, it is interesting to that when the bottom three sides, they've already got more points than the bottom two sides managed in 26 games last season. So Gondor, who were miles ahead of where they were last time out, and Danglies as well. So great to see those people up there. Lots of people in the chat. Tato's here. I can tell he's listening. So with his no sound. And the results last time. Yeah, not a great day for the away sides.
No, I noticed that as it finished off last time, and yeah, some very good results for the home team. I mean, to stick seven past a team, they must be absolutely terrible. Whoever manages those, that's
What
quite a result, isn't it?
what happened? It's got to
It's
be.
just one of them freaks, wasn't it? I mean, Peter Prosper getting injured didn't help because that ruined the comeback, I think. But yeah, just one of them freak results where your keeper just lets most of the things in. So I'm going to back them to have a good game tonight against Gondor. That should be a real interesting one. Actually, there's two good teams there, two good concepts. So
Yeah,
we'll see how they get on.
definitely looking forward to that one. And Duggan's in as well. So I think I've said hello to everyone who's here. So in the words of the greatest dead commentator of all time. It's go, go, go. So, we've also got France versus Italy live from the World Cup. This game we've been asked to play this one later on. What's this? The Swedes. What about Swedes? Only Hoffland playing DMs. Oh, that'll be about playing Kevin Hoffland if he's about to make a transfer somewhere while injured. Anyway, we can go to Wooder's not in so far, is he? But just trying to think about where managers. Well, Division Ali Gondor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'll be a great match
that's
to
it.
start off.
Yeah,
I think.
we can play this one early on. Imagine.
Yes, he did. He did say that. Yeah,
I
we'll
hope
have that
Wolfie's watching
on
tonight.
record. Yeah, I hope he is too. I think he'd do a much better job.
Imagine that. Imagine that. Like, resigning from Leadersford, manager goes to Wolfie. So Swan, I think Swan saying that. I think Schwenk needs to go in goal. I think that would be a better pattern there. Anyway, one change. Chris Perry comes in for Chris Hope, who then takes his place on the bench, and Jason McAteer is allowed to go and wash his hair. Wolfie is in the chat.
That's good timing. Well played, Wolf. It's nice to see him back. By the way, I don't think I've said that in vocals yet because I've
Yeah,
been absent. But
I do,
But
I
yeah, it's
do
nice to
like
see Chris Perry in replacing Chris Hope. There's a massive Chris's there, isn't there? Near Christmas, which is nice. But it's a good lineup from Gondor. I like the players they've got. I think it's a very good concept to open it up to everyone to pick. But Barron's a little bit out of position there, but he's still been performing all right. He's best up top actually, but he's quite good on the wings. Left sided better than right, but he's doing all right this season. And Diop is absolutely on fire, isn't he? He started the season really well. So yeah, they've got a chance playing like that.
Yeah, great start to the season from Jock, definitely, and it'll be interesting to see how they get on. Fusini, 7 goals so far, but only 3 in the league. Yeah, Wolfie, I hope you're enjoying your Feldschlösschen tonight. Yes, it's all. I think it's actually better in can form, just to let you know. Better in can form, and only 77p a can. So there we go. And over to Diriginali, who last game, just to top it off, were beaten 7-2 by Omega Horse. Today they've gone 4-1-3-2, and basically have gone to try and win this game.
Yeah, it's nice. I do like the concept that Steve's gone for.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one, isn't it, to see how they got. How did they get on last game again? Just remind me, because I don't think we've
Can we
seen it.
remember this one? It was 7-2.
Oh, 7-2.
7-2.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. So it's interesting because Keats got 2 last game and was the best player, and he's been dropped to the bench. So it's almost like your reward for playing well is to be stuck on the bench and taken out of the team, isn't it? It's interesting move. But yeah, it's a good lineup. 4-1-3-2 is a standard formation, isn't it? So I think this should be a good battle, and I'm going to go score draw. I'm going to go for a Desmond early on.
Ooh, that'd be a good opener for today. And Wolfie's just about to open a bottle. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the bottles, absolutely. But yeah, for the future reference, you can do better. There we are. Dragons 12, I assume that's 12th place rather than 12 goals in a game they're not playing. Peter Prosper, yeah, what a shame that he's missing for today. Now he's back from his injury. Oh, these are league positions, are they? Lovely. Anyway, so it's gone for 2-2. Anybody else making predictions there? Apart from
Smuts' predictions are all over the place. These teams aren't playing, and that's a lot of goals, isn't it?
to come 15th out of 14 would be lovely. If I lose, I'd be more than happy to VTU. Sorry. Stu is saying it's Hofbrauhaus Traunstein, which is an interesting choice there. I've not had that one before, but I do believe that it must be good. And there's some great ones. Oh, is that the one with the? It's not the one with the HB logo, is it? No, it won't be. I suppose.
What, from Faroe Islands?
A TriCast. Oh, Tato will resign and give Wolfie. Wolfie will take over the entire league. Oh, Franciscana Weissbier is nice as well. But here's the tip for you, of course. Never Skim and Erdinger. Anyway, let's get the game started. There's been two
So,
predictions coming.
all right, Jurgen Klopp, yeah, calm down.
Yeah, there is a great little clip of Jurgen Klopp talking about it for about 2 minutes about how much he loves Erdinger, and it seems like he's absolutely genuine about it, rather than being paid a lot of money just to talk. So chances anyway for Cini's come close. Gondor are the team in charge at the moment, and then Martin Jurgensen forces his way down the other end of the pitch, and well, nothing came of it. It's gone a bit quiet at the moment. Oh, and there we are, Ricardo Gardner. Yeah, his work rate is that low. He's managed to work himself to an injury. So I would assume Chris Hope's going to come on at left back. I don't know what else they do. Well, actually, no, Coney won't come on at left back. Well, they've got Barron who could come on and
Yeah, Baron can fill
play
in there.
there, and Kenny Lunt could play on the right potentially.
Yeah, Lenny can play right mid, or Parmadou Carr can get moved to the right. Someone can come into the centre. It's
It is going to be Hope, but are they going to make any changes otherwise? I don't even know. I'm going. He's clicked on Vokalos. It's just let go of it himself. That wasn't me intentionally making that change. So there we are. Hope. I think Hope has played left back before. Uh, Swan is a nice guy. Steve making links to very, very niche Super League comments there. The German beer glass that comes in the thin pint glass. Oh, it'd be Kurzenstein. That'll be a lovely one there, won't it?
Liechtenstein, that's right.
Wolfenstein 3D. What a game! What a game that was. It's very, very tame, this match, isn't it? We're not getting a 2-2 that we expected, but chances are, coming sporadically, the match report isn't going to be hugely entertaining from the first half, but there's possibly a late chance, and there it is. Estate's been disallowed. Late chance in the half. Can they make it 1-0 properly? Nope, they can't. But at least something happened. Yeah, it's a pretty short match report there to have a look at. And just while we look at the teams quickly, just one shot on target so far. We'll go over to the original Steve, who have Richard Sadlier on a potential shin injury. Any good?
It's been terrible, hasn't it, so far? This is, the first 7 minutes you spent talking about Jurgen Klopp, talking about a beer.
I actually
So
think
it just shows how poor it's been, hasn't it? So I'd like to see both sides go a little bit more attacking, because it's all been played in the middle, hasn't it? This one, and maybe sadly he does need to come off with his injury and stick on the Shirk or someone like that to try and bag a goal, because it needs something to line it up.
Shirko for Richard Sadlier. Well, did you actually see that beforehand, or did you just see it when I did?
It's fun, isn't it? How brothers can have identical voices. It's
Identical brothers. Yeah, I can't tell which voice is which. Well, you got the uppy downy singy songy one, that's me, and then the one that's a bit more normal is him. Do the George voice to tell them apart. And for Gondor, Gardner 34%, and then I assume these two are the ones who are always tired anyway. So yeah, I mean, Chris Perry's been pretty lively.
Well, yeah, he has. It's been a lot more lively than his old Spurs central defensive partner Dean Richards, hasn't he? He's not been so lively in the last few years. But yeah, they've already made a sub, haven't they? There's not an awful lot of
They
effort
are
gone
going
into
as is as
the
well,
rest of the
yeah.
team. So it just needs something to liven up. I think we need. If we haven't got a goal by 60, I think we're gonna have to tweak the formations here, lads, because this is dull.
And I don't know, is it a silent G on that word there from Steve? Is it pure Snias? He sounds a good player,
Yes.
actually, Snias. I think he sounds like it's someone who would be playing in the Dutch league somewhere. Perry is no Maldini. Well, the second half starts off, and Fucini it is. Who scores? And the Swemptually transmitted infection there sees Gondor in the lead, and it's been pulled back though. It's Hanno Tiernan scoring for Divisionale, and then Barron coming close to scoring. At least his second half's got going a bit more down the other end. A chance for Divisionale, maybe. The substitutes are on their way. Will there be a goal before Esther Jurgensen? Jurgensen makes it 2-1. Well, that's better.
Yeah, it's been a lot more lively. I mean, I think Pacini nearly got another one for Gondor just before the second goal there as well, and it's definitely livened up a bit, and the teams must have heard the harsh words at half time. But yeah, a lot better from both teams there.
Hmm. Um, well, Steve can see there he's got no looking. I mean, is he looking a bit injured? No, he's all right.
He'll have to stay on the pitch, won't he, if he's all right.
Zigarra on an 8, nobody else is really impressing. Swan wants
Three
to
up
go
top,
3 up
excellent.
top. Um, is he? He can't remember his formation. I wonder if he's going to put his wide men just up to the top.
Get Baron and Diop up there, yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, and we could be going that way. Let's have a look, see if there's any injuries. Um, they're not injured, so I would assume that everyone is okay. Kearney one for whoever's doing the worst in midfield. Um, and today that's Carr.
Ah, mm.
Kearney and Kenobi. Oh, is he going for? So we put. Do we at this point put Baron in the middle there and go like that?
Yeah,
Would
could
you do
do.
that?
If
Carr off
Swan
for
is happy.
Kearney one and do that because he's put. Yeah, sounds good, doesn't he? That must be into our suggestion. And then that. Yeah, just confirm whether we've done terribly well or terribly badly. Terribly, terribly. So there we are. Thumbs up. And
It's
so we
nice.
shall see. Steve's going as is. And we get back on with this one. The game's certainly been more
Ooh.
lively, hasn't it? 2-1 it is still. Oregon's missed a glorious chance by the look of that one. And Kearney puts one wide. And then with 15 minutes to go, the game has calmed down somewhat. But Perry's taken a yellow card. Been some chances. And then and Sherko nearly makes it 3-1. But then chances at both ends. The goalkeeper's kind of holding on to the ball a little bit. Duff puts one off target. And we're into the last few minutes. Fusini's missed.
Tihin another penalty saved by the way that you
Did he?
completely
I
missed in the
totally
middle of
missed that.
all
I
that. Yeah.
totally missed it. I thought there was something strange going on, but I didn't actually click it was a penalty in any way. Holding on 2-1, and this it was Hanno Tiernan with a penalty missed. It wasn't brought down by the goalkeeper, was it? Oh, it was Johnson took down Moas, and then he missed a penalty, but they held on. That's plenty of shooting in the second half, and Gondor could only wish to put some on target.
Yeah, a lot better.
So
12 shots and 11 shots, but yeah, it's disappointing from Gondor's perspective that only 22% on target is pretty poor, isn't it? Or even 18% on target, isn't it? It's
mm,
yeah, not so good.
it's not a missed penalty from Swan, is it? It's an injury. Yeah, injury. Yeah, I think there were two missed penalties then. And yeah, I mean, the originally Reality looks like a deserved man of the match, to be honest, in that way. And really, the defence haven't been hugely tested.
Yeah, good performance from Ricolati. Only sort of half his tackles won, but he put up plenty in, didn't he? Lots of passes, good headers won. I mean, to be fair, I don't know if the result should stand because Martin Jorgensen wasn't even a pick, was he, for this squad, and he's got the winner. So really, that should be a 1-1.
I
But
think
yeah,
he's got two
Duff started the
game-winning goals
first.
potentially.
Well, possibly. Duff started the game really poorly. He had a 5, and he's ended up on an 8. So he's obviously had a very good second half. But yeah, good turnaround from both teams. Actually, it was a lot better from both. From Gondor just need to start hitting the target, and they'll have better days.
They will indeed. Reality with 5 dribbles there as well to put into that. Um, yeah, I mean, Diop again coming up with the credit of the best outfield player on the team.
Yeah, he's had a very good season so far. Yeah, two of his tackles are both key. Some good passes, some key ones. Can't fault him, can he? He's done excellently through there, and
Six
yeah,
dribbles
most of
for
the team are
Steve.
made him credit.
Yeah,
Vokalos has had a couple of shockers, hasn't he? Though I think this season, I don't think that's his first low rated.
4 down there as well remembered. So his average rating suggests. I mean, I don't know anything. I can't say I've ever seen him before in the game. Um,
Yeah, I've signed him before. He's got some quite good intrinsic stats, I think. Um, so he always comes up with a decent in certain areas, but he's not a brilliant player, to be honest. I had him at Olympiacos, and he was pretty poor. He was on the bench, and Steve, I know it's not your fault. It's the incompetent person who organises the league to put the wrong
To
Jorgensen
put
in.
the M. Jurgensen into the team. Anyway, so Grove Mega Horse. Yeah, don't mind playing this one next. Stu's here.
Yeah,
I'm
Stu's
here.
it.
Doesn't really matter to me.
Stu was first in.
Yeah, he was. So Anderton wants a new challenge. Robert he wants a new challenge as well. So there are no contracts to offer for them. Team for today sees a bit of a tactical tweak in going for now a 3-1-4-1-1.
Yeah, that's different, isn't it? We don't see an awful lot of that in the league, so that's a nice little move. Interesting to see Robert playing. I can't recall seeing him much this season. He definitely didn't play an awful lot last season, did he? I don't think.
But decent
But yeah,
performances when he's played.
yeah, he's pretty good, Lauren Robert, and he was good player in real life, underrated. So he should be a threat, hopefully. Finna not playing sick and stay. Well, yeah, fair play. I don't think there's a space from though, is there? I guess if they're not playing the wing backs or full backs, he's not the best in midfield.
In fact, he's
Although he
one
can do a
one for
job.
fullback, isn't he, as well?
I'm liking Luka Kanu. I think Kanu might cause you some damage in there.
First league appearance of the season.
I mean, he's not 25, is he? That's not true.
Robert is hated at Fratton Park. Yeah, but loved in Levante.
Well, I think that's fair enough. Yeah, Olivier Bernard's not his biggest fan either after smacking that ball in his face.
Can play the wing well, Steve Finnan. And Darren Anderson, special mention to him this season, 6 assists and not many injuries, so always a good sign. Over to
That's cursed him.
Kirsten, he's injured today. Kirsten, he's not playing. So we've got some contracts to offer here. Bart Hoare wanting £2,100 a week. Stefan Beinlich wanting another ban probably. Well, he must be a first team player. 1,800 a week. And Gramophone, he wants £1,000 a week. Last game, 7-2 win over Divisionale. And then we look at today's team, which features minimal changes, but Jurgen Kohler comes back in for Thomas Chihon as the main substitute. Well, the main change to the lineup.
Yeah, that's fair enough, isn't it? You can't beat Jurgen Kohler. That's how the chant goes. It wasn't about Des Walker. Looking forward to seeing Marcelinho and Lashvili in behind Juskoviak. I think that'll be an interesting front three. And Bat probably going to get an assist at some point.
Yeah, he's got
I'm
7
more
league
interested in what
assists.
Smuts said there. Smuts was at the Robert Bernard game. Excellent.
That was a
Claim to
knockout,
fame.
wasn't it? It was a great game. Yeah, Gramozis is amongst the goals. He's got 5 this season, and you mentioned about Lashvili. He's got 6 goals, and Marcelinho with 2 league ones, I suppose.
Did any of them score last game? How did you get on?
I'm just checking last game. Most of the team did last time. Even Master Echendu scored.
Yeah, must have been
Let's see. Predictions for this one. Not quite a kit clash like the Division 1 games of red on red, but yeah.
I'm going to go 1-1 for this one. It's mainly because people just pass into each other. They're not going to know who's playing for who, so there might have to be a kick class at half time.
The fans are talking about lots of other things, so that's fine. They don't need to pick predictions. Up the horse. No disgrace from us. Oh, right. What does he mean by no disgrace? I mean, is he talking about last game or something like that?
Why what happened last game?
yeah,
7-2.
Yeah, we'll get on with this one. Who's putting what up a horse? It's 0-0 as it stands at the moment. Incredibly dull start. Even worse than last match. Well, at least there's been a chance. I mean, Lawrence taken a yellow card, but it looked like Grover more attacking at that point. The first half, superbly interesting. Patrick Berger putting one wide, and then as we head towards half time, we are being absolutely treated to a full-on massive match here, aren't we?
It's the kit clash, isn't it? It's the kit clash has caused absolute havoc. It's no one knows what they're doing.
That's the shortest match report we've had in this season. In fact, in the history of Swemp, it has not even got a bar and it has not filled the screen. Grove, taking a look at that. Well, look at that. No shots from Mega Horse and 2 shots, none on target. Park the horse. um, yeah, would you be making changes?
I'd change as many as I can. I suppose Patrick Berger and I mean Kanu's just unfit, isn't he? That's his thing. I don't know if Patrick Berger's maybe picked up an injury.
Yeah, we'll
Robert's
have a
probably
quick
just
scan.
unfit as well. It's
Groin and shin,
Robert.
and Robert shin as well.
Yeah,
Clash of
I
shins.
mean, Mega Horse are quite ill-disciplined, aren't they, to be fouling so many people because they've had. I mean, it's just a surprise they're not missing too many from
So
suspension.
this is no changes by the look of it here. I suppose from Stu with that way because we mentioned change up as many as possible. Oh no, he's going to make changes. Cano off.
This is Merson or Silver.
He's going to put 2 up top. Dario G comes on. While he's suggesting anything else, I'll just have a look over at Mega Horse. There's no need for changes, but would it make more sense to actually make a change anyway and liven it up? Not till 60 minutes. That's it for pretty disciplined. There, look at that. We've got no cards yet,
Yeah,
and
and
no
Steve's right. They
fouls.
were like disciplined last game as well, weren't they? I think last game
Oh,
they won. I think.
what what are you saying? Last game, we could have a look at the stats. 6 fouls, um, no cards,
Seven from
but 7 goals.
seven from Mega Horse.
7 goals, yeah, that was it. Um, yeah, there's
3 legs up top. Yes,
one
nice.
foul in 45 minutes. What a boring match. 3 legs up front. Um, yeah, that's it. That's what's going to happen anyway. Well, the second half starts off with a little bit more. We've got a yellow card there for D'Alessandro, and then Kaluzhny taking down somebody, of course. Chances, it looks like Grove are looking a bit stronger at the moment, but Megahorse come forward. Gromozis with a chance. Doesn't strike me as it's still going to be a thriller. And we go over to Grove for more substitutes potentially. It's Patrick Berger still looking tired. Robert, yeah, they might be concerns at this point.
It's yeah, but possibly. It's see what Stu does to face it. Steve's getting confused with 3 legs up front with Dion Dublin being up front. It's
Berger for Berko. And will we see Finnan for Robert? Yes.
there you go. Imagine if Steve Finnan gets the winner now.
Steve winning. Yeah,
That's him.
yeah, Steve when you winning. Villy. I don't know what to do here. Kaluzhny's knee injury. I mean, that's probably going to be the thing that gets sorted out. And Kohler is not injured.
Get Burma on.
Yeah, Burma's coming on. But I think what we do there is Burma from Central. Playing from Central. I think it'd just be rearranging all the players into a long line. The strikers being the entry point. And if you just took one in there, hang on, you got to think about going back out. No. I'd like to play the Belenenses formation from the other day when they went down to 6 and had to forfeit the match. That would be much better. They all got the Omicron COVID, haven't they? The entire lot of them.
Yeah,
In
yeah,
fact,
yeah.
anyone who's got COVID in Portugal has got Omicron variant of COVID,
Yeah, but it's meant to be weaker than Delta, and
but
it's
just
fine.
more infectus, Invictus. Yeah, it's that film.
So
Anyway,
that's the South African variant you're thinking of.
well, this has been a superb match that we've talked about. Anything other than the match, Chance and Barthor nearly got
Mertin's
themselves an
doing well.
assist. Yeah, and it's 1-0, and it's Marcelinho Paraiba who scores the opening goal. While I was trying to look and see how well my team was playing, so really there's not been a whole lot going on from this one. Any chances late on? Will there be an equaliser? Maybe. Oh, no. Yes, no, Juskoviak putting one wide for Megahorse. 1-0 it is. 1-0. And Marcelinho with the goal. Grove didn't muster a shot on target. And did Master have a shot on target? We'll have to see. Spare team man of the match. Yeah, looks kind of deserved.
Yeah, he had a nine for a lot of the a lot of the second half. But yeah, he was the main player to emerge with credit. Although Zivkovic has done well, and he's 7 out of 7 tackles and done well. Duggan, yeah, he would go for a 2-2-2-2, but he'd go for them really wide, as far wide as possible, and have them in like fullbacks, midfield, and wingers.
You mean
That's
like the formation that Tato uses, but with the slight change?
just all down the wings.
It was quite a shower, that game indeed. The assist came from Master Chendu. He mastered an assist. Wonderful there. He's on a bit of a run, isn't he?
He's done well. I'm sure it'll soon come to a dead end.
0-0, 2-3-5. Some kind of plunger. Uh, anyway, yeah, enough of that game. It was pretty dull, and the match report at least was worth it in the end. Sprungfeld Badgers. Savage is requested playing later.
And that's probably the key match, isn't it? That
it
one.
is a good game. Boston Aussie's dream. Well, Smuts is here, and I don't think that Greasy comes on very often to the things, does he? But his team is in. His team is in. Every team was in today, which is always great to see. In fact, Division 1 had a 100% success rate last time out as well, and most of their teams are in so far. Yeah, Boston going out on the attack defence.
I think this formation answers Duggan's question, doesn't it? For a lot of people, it's like a baby's tummy, isn't it? That one. That's
Pull it
not
back
that
out
you'd
afterwards.
ever put that in, but it's yeah, nice little line up top, and it just gets wider to stop it. Oh, Steve. Yeah, I mean, Boston just looks so defensive with this sort of lineup. It's I hope they get battered by Aussie's dream tonight just for that defensive lineup.
It does to me appear that that Boston could be sitting on top of the league at the end of this round as well. As we go over to Aussie's dream, and they go for it with the formation that also could be used in that regard.
Yeah, I mean
11 goalkeepers. How wide would it have to go?
yeah, that question gets asked a lot, isn't it? And I mean I said Boston were defensive, but that's even worse, isn't it? I hope this is a 0-0. That's too defensive.
Yeah, it's on a par with the Gondor 5-5 of sweepers and defenders from earlier in the season.
I'm surprised Maresca's on the bench at 77%. He's not going to do an awful lot, is he?
That's just Smuts enjoying Maresca, where he's Savage is here, so that's good. He'll be in later. He has to pick his own formation for this start. Look, Gregory van der Valle is in the squad for the first time this season. Didn't I put 3 back arrows on the centre backs? I will check. Mr. Savage. No, I don't think we'd confirmed for tonight. Don't worry. I think he
I've just been slagging you off, Savage. All commentary so far has
where
been
was he? Where
saying
was he for
awful
commentary?
things.
It's just
Should
ridiculous.
see some of the messages I've got.
Yeah, it was just no. Yeah, I think you'd said you were going to try and come on for next week. At this point, but you're too Yorkshire. I think I told you it was very Yorkshire for the Super League final. Not the final, the one of those earlier games last week. Anyway, so Smuts, I'm just going to check his message. I don't think he put arrows on there, but if he did, I'm happy to be corrected before the game, of course, because that's what I'd rather have happen. No, he did not. He did not. That's okay then. That's good. I set it up correctly. Um, there we are. Van der Valle takes number 24 shirt.
I'm surprised Ngomani's not in there. He's played all right this season
He has
for
been good.
Ross's Dream. He's just been dropped, hasn't he, entirely? So hopefully the season pays dividends.
Prediction?
I'm going to say 0-0 because they deserve 0-0s with the defensive formations.
We shall see. This might be a fairly quick match to watch. But the attack straight away comes the way of Boston. Aussie's Dream holding out, and Renson being the man of the match so far. Duggan saying 3-0 Boston as a prediction. It's an injury to Eric Zeder. Is this where we're going to see Maresca? Or are we going to see Lucky Motong potentially coming on into that position? He is.
Oh, get lucky on.
But get lucky. That's
Yeah, well, I like to get lucky.
Maresca. Who will it be? Who will it be? A player that's probably, condition-wise, he's only 15%, 16%-ish above the others.
He wants to bring FFS on.
Yeah, is that Steve Sprucker? How fantastic Onshui has been this season. 7.08, 7 in the league, 4 in 11, 6 goal contributions. It's not too bad.
He's a -2 potential, though, isn't he, on Shreya? So he's either really good or he's not so good.
And then I suppose when you don't fulfil a potential, he's in put him left though. Kaka moves across the other side. There we go, and we resume. And there's a goal. It's Montella making it 1-0 straight after. And it's 2-0. Manighetti has made it 2.
Spaghetti.
This is the defensive formation hasn't quite seen this through. At 2-0 with not many chances. It's looking pretty solid for Boston, who are definitely going to be top at the end of the round. We shall see if there'll be more goals from this. Duggan's 3-0 prediction is the closest at the moment because there's only 2 there. What did you say? I can't remember what you said. I think you said 0-0, didn't you?
Yeah, I said 0-0 because of the defensive, but at least Lucky's come on and he's emerged with a bit of credit from Aussie's Dream. But they've got to push forward now. They've had no shots. They're not going to have shots playing like this. And how are we pronouncing the stadium name, by the way?
Yeah.
Ardillas.
Eh?
Not like Ozzy Ardillas with his 1L. We're doing it as is it like a place in France, this one?
Oh yeah, it said there were two L's in the name earlier this season. That's a good point. Yeah. I think I did as I was told. Might have just misspelt it. I just started typing randomly. I just again, I'll take the mistake if it's my mistake.
10 up top, that's it. 10 up top.
10 up top at half time. Alright then. You can't. Yeah, you're not allowed, but feel free to not do it.
Go and push him on a bit.
Yeah, go on, Smuts. Talberg and Kaka have been absolutely the latter, and Maresca has lost 1%, sat there on the bench. So let's see how they get on. Just check Boston quickly. Everyone's going to be surviving. Leave the 3 centre backs and push the other 10 up front. Alright, okay. I'll leave the goalkeeper as well.
How many players are they playing?
Yeah, they're for the 14. The 14 players. 4 AMs and 3 strikers. Well, you're not.
Well,
really
this is good.
set out for this. I assume you're wanting your
Get Kekara up front.
Yeah. That this would be it. And I mean there is called sort of like bringing the league into disrepute kind of thing about wanting to finish last. I don't think it's not necessarily.
And there is a goal difference up
here.
the top element, is I guess.
Yeah, it kind of sways it for other teams. Yeah. So let's not make this a regular thing. Certainly. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead with that. Brooker for Romo. Yeah. Any more? Better than keepers up top? No, the keepers up top are always. They never put on without the game being as they are. Mads on for uh, Van der Valle. Here we are. And there's the subs are made, aren't they?
So yeah,
So,
that's a lot. It's like a jellyfish, this one.
Kaka for Brooker, or swapping them round. Yep. Here we are. That's a lot of. Yeah, I won't be. I won't be doing this in future games. Definitely, it's not quite in the spirit of trying to play normally. This is going to be an absolute battering.
Let's see how this next 15 minutes goes, shall we?
Yeah. Arrows on wingers. We can do it 60 minutes. I can't take 5-6 minutes of changing at that point. So anyway, yeah, this is. I'm not gonna say it's working because it isn't. But I mean, they haven't conceded. Arrows on wingers. All right. Yep. Arrows on wingers. I assume you want them going forward like that. 3-2 incoming. There's no subs that can be made, are there? Anyway, so don't call until the result. It's not working. it's not working. They're going to get battered at some point. And for Boston, they have to stay as is because there's no subs suggested, and they're absolutely fine fitness-wise. Team instructions to attacking. Team instructions. Well, I'll do it, but
It's supposed to be about 10 minutes behind for us.
yeah, it's a goal disallowed. A goal disallowed at that point.
Rooker's not set the game alight, has he, coming off the bench?
No. And the game peters out to nothing. I guess I'll claim a moral victory that he didn't get worse, but I mean, it didn't get better. Let's say that. Don't like the hurt in Dan's voice.
Yeah, there's a pained expression on his face as well. Steve.
Yeah, it is, and it's not the formation being inserted. One shot on target in 90 minutes. Yeah, yeah, that's one of the worst team performances I've seen. Certainly.
Yeah, I presume it's
that.
because they didn't get the ball in midfield. Is quite a big element to it.
Yeah, I mean, for players to play 90 minutes and make 3 passes, it's pretty poor. But then Boston haven't really known what to do. They've passed the ball around a lot and not really had the cutting edge. Yeah, we'll move on. Springfield Badgers has been saved, isn't it? We go to Pelham Fortuna. We could play your game now at this point. I haven't seen Nimble, but he's usually sort of unavailable during match games. But he's always just see what you said about subs. He's got really bad conditions at 60s when it is there, isn't it? So anyway, a bit of formation change today. Seeing a few changes, and Dean Gordon and Alan Poughton playing out wide.
Yeah, that one would hurt, wouldn't it? It's a bit of a poker, and it's wide. I'm just looking at the fans calling for Smuts' head there. It's I mean, it's fair. Yeah, Nielsen not playing is hurtful. That's right, Steve. I mean, Nielsen is the danger man, hasn't he? He's leaving everything.
To say he's been a sub, that's actually not a bad average rating at all, is it?
No, he needs more chances, I think, doesn't he? But I'm quite glad he's not playing, to be fair, because it's against my team. But yeah, it's nice to see they made a change, made an effort, and yeah, we'll see how they get on against us. Obviously, I don't want them to do too well, but it doesn't look a bad lineup.
No,
he's got playing all right.
Especially missing Appleton, only one match more, and Zhang with 3 games out still for the team, and only a 24-man squad. For Fortuna, we've got Ince and Larson injured. Anazi's still considering his options of do I get on the pitch ever again, And yeah, Fortuna pretty solid lineup today. The return of Goran Bunjevcevic.
Yeah, he'll be dead good back there. I can't remember which missing Larson out we back there at the minute, so he's missing through. But other than that, the team's sort of picking itself at the minute. I'm keeping it relatively static, and we'll see how they get on today.
Yeah, and of course Christian Selness, there he is on the bench for the second time this season, and see if he can make a bit of an impact or sit on the bench. Predictions for this one. Consider his life choices.
I think all Nazis, not just the one.
Yeah, I don't really want any of them, to be honest. Uh, we shall see. Any predictions coming through? Are you making any yourself, or are you keeping prediction for
I'm going to predict that football will be the winner.
football? 1-1, says Steve.
Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah, Pelham. I think Pelham drew with Megahorse earlier this season, so it's not out of the question of them holding bigger sides. Um, it's been a start to rival another match tonight.
It's going to have nothing, isn't it?
With big, oh, there we are, crossing from Umit Davala, was it, and a finish from Peralta, making it 1-0. Ruining the joke. I thought it was enhanced. It's it's some Curtis Woodhouse news. Sounds tremendous. I haven't seen him on so far. It's half time. It's 1-0. The match report is almost as short as the other one. There's been one more incident, and most of it is Umit Davala running with the ball. Great first half. One shot on target, and it's gone in.
Yeah, I mean, I've been slagging off other teams for not attacking, and two shots, one on target from my team's no good. But Parliament likewise have not done a lot of this. Yeah, pretty poor all around so far tonight, isn't it? Other than second half of the first game was pretty good.
I mean, we've got Stuart Elliott making lots of passes at this point. In terms of that, there's no really bad conditions. I assume Forrester might need to come off at 60 minutes. But yeah, for yourself, Koe is struggling somewhat, and Peralta as well. So Peralta with a thigh injury, Umit Davala is with a knee injury, and Koe thigh injuries as well.
I'm going to go troublesome. Why not? Let's go mad and
Time
just
triple
hope that
man.
Taibbi stays on the pitch.
Unless
So
you bring
Koe
Origi
off.
on at this point.
Well, maybe Koe off for GX. I think Peralta can come off for Origi, and then
Is
Davala can come off for XY.
so the three changes. I am very much looking forward to whatever this Curtis Woodhouse news is, because of course, is it that he lives near Stu? Is that right? From previous shows, I think he lives somewhere near him or something like that. Probably wrong, but anyway, so treble change, and we'll see what happens here from Freeman Street. Not much. The match report is just getting enhanced by the substitutes, and there's a goal for Pelham, and it's Dean Gordon. He's got the goal in a flash, and yeah, Forrester. Yeah, Forrester 76. Now I always say 75 and below, but would you be taking Forrester off? In fact, Steve can make the call here. Would you be taking Forrester off at 76% if he's saying about bad conditions? That's what the call is. Does business with him. That's it. Everyone in Swemp is extremely ill. Mike Origi and Fortesh from last season. Still on for a 4-all as Wolfie put down there. Duggan went for
That's
4-1.
a fair point,
Steve
actually.
for 1-all.
Well, still Steve's decide. Can I push my wingers forward?
He's
Or
gonna.
Thorpe is going for.
Okay, yeah. Thought so. Not Mendonca. Taking the striker off and bringing on an attacking mid-ish kind of player.
He's a forward. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's
forward.
never struck me as much of a forward, but in fact, he never struck me as a player I'd ever want. But anyway, that's fine. That's fine. For you, you're going further forward with your team. You're going for three at the
Yeah,
back
just
and a 4 and a 3 up here.
Just bang out Zeriberto and Yo forward a bit. That'll do, and then run. Actually, no, leave them where they are. They'll do there. That's fine.
Just there. Apart from Fortesh. Yeah, there we go. Well, this game is nice and tense, and the attack is certainly coming in from Pelham. They're looking much more the dangerous side in the second half. Richard Smith is looking pretty terrible at the same time. And Fortuna went for a bit of an attack. It's gone quiet again, but now Poughton going forward, and it's a penalty. And Willem steps up and puts Pelham in front. Taibbi could have been sent off then, but it was
I thought
only
he was
yellow
going
carded.
then, yeah.
They're going back forward, the opposition now. Fortuna, can they get a goal? Nakamura involved. Bunyachev and Romeo has equalised late on into this one. 2-2, just another 4 goals needed. No, 2-2 it is. It turns out to be Fortuna lucky to get back into the game at the end.
Yeah, where had Romeo been all game until that end bit, and then he scored. But a lot more attacking. Pelham did well second half. We were lucky to get the point in the end by the looks of it, and lucky to keep Taibbi on the pitch.
Yeah, very lucky to keep Taibbi on, but would Origi have saved that penalty? That's going to be the question.
Probably.
Poughton, man of the match. I mean, has he done lots of dribbling? Because yeah, that's 10 dribbles. That's why he's gone for that. So he had to change his phone number because he didn't stick over WhatsApp from fans of teams he's played for. I didn't know if Dimble was guilty of this. Yes, Romeo
Worst thing
is
is, it's
done.
fans of teams he's played for, not like opposition fans. Fans of teams he's played for.
So yeah, Pelham. Yeah, you played half an hour for me. You got sent off. I never want to see you again. Oh dear.
Right, don't ruin Steve's good joke this time.
I did. I already mentioned it. Yeah, it's very
That's what
solid,
you've already
isn't
done.
it? He's so solid. Anyway, Bunyachevic 6. Shunsuke Nakamura with a 6. There we go. So on to the next match. We keep Sprungfat patches as late as possible, don't we? We got to Blues Danglies though. Two managers who I haven't seen Wooder in the chat, and Rocks.
Blues Danglers is
Magnus,
not
I
good,
don't
is
think he's
it? You
here
don't want
either.
Blues Danglers.
The Blues It sounds like the Blues Brothers sequel. Lee Williams 25 grand a week. Paul Merson is a bit sad, and then we go on to this. Yep, it's the same formation with a few personnel changes.
Yeah, well, it's they need to keep rotating it, don't they? Because they're only out on parole for so long. Interesting to see Rosicki out wide, right? I've not seen him play too far wide, but he's yeah, could have a good game out there. Marlon King's a danger man, though, isn't he? He's a man in form.
Man with form. Yeah, it's one start, one sub appearance, 2 goals, and not bothered. Timble's not as quiet as he seems. Yeah, maybe he's the reason for Curtis Woodhouse changing his number. I mean, could he not just block everybody's number who starts to abuse him? I don't know. Anyway, Higuita in goal, of course, taking that place away from Postma more regularly than usual. Postma just bending over and taking it. And for Blues, Wayne Carlisle wants a new contract, and that's supposed summed up by the fact that he's played a lot of games this season. He deserves one. And for Rocks, the formation is kind of, I don't know, it's as much as going for a 2 at the back formation as possible, and packing that defensive midfield is solid.
Yeah, solid. It's. I mean, this looks probably the most painful of the lot so far. Still persisting with Nunes up front, which is. I mean, we've got Dunwell in the squad, haven't we? And Nunes 2 goals in 10 starts is pretty bad, isn't it? So you've got to wonder what he's going to do to get left out. So there's the people will be knocking the door down to get in. So yeah, we'll see.
It's not a successful Collins so far, but yeah, Dunwell. I think by now Dunwell will probably have been getting more of a chance. Richie Wellens there, of course, not doing that The Red West merch. Oh yes, the Red West merch. That's what we all need.
He's buried it under the patio, hasn't
Yeah. he's oh, I don't know. He can make all.
he? You can take that as Fred West or Jimmy Corkill and Brookside, whatever. It's both.
No, Jimmy Corkill, Trevor
I
Jordash.
know he didn't bury. I know he did bury him under the garden, but it's a Brookside reference.
Anyways, predictions for this one?
Yeah, not bothered.
Not bothered. I'm just checking whether Rox has any sub instructions for this at any point. Blah, 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 blah. No, I think that generally it is not to make changes. Really, subs don't really care. Only if injuries. Right. Okay. There we are. There. The game is underway, and there's been a chance already, which is better than most games that we've had today. It's Red West, indeed, Red West. The chances have come in, and it's 1-0. It's David Prutton scoring for Blues. Tangley's behind at this point. He's like tucking it in, and it's still 1-0. The chances are few and far between. You've got a yellow card for Scally and a yellow card for Taribo West. Surprises. But Blues leading the way. Leading the way with the yellow cards now. Woodgate and Rosicki joining in the book. It's not a pretty match to watch. And it's second yellow and Neil Scally is off. And the formation could just effectively stay as it is, can't it?
Yeah, I think so. Otherwise, you're blunting their attacking threat if
Yeah,
not.
I haven't seen Mr. Yelland anywhere, so it'll be a case of getting on with the show. Nunes crossing it in, and Agostinho it is that scores to make it 2-0. So they might be a man down, but they've just gone and scored another goal. And there it is, a goal for Thomas Rosicki, 2-1. Higuita not playing well at all, and Blues somewhat deservedly in the lead at half time.
Well, they've shown more attacking threat, haven't they? But it's probably just down to the performance by Higuita, like you say, isn't it? With a 5 at this point. Blues just need Taribo West to keep his discipline now to see it out. I think if they continue as they are doing.
See it out. I mean, look at that. Danglers haven't played too badly. Mutu's had an extremely quiet game, so he started the season on explosive form. He'd really sort of like snorted off the line, aren't he?
Yeah, it cracked on. I mean, the fans will be begging for Postma surely at this point instead of Higuita.
Postma will be begging for all the fans, I think. Yeah, I think Postma. In fact, that's the sort of thing that Woodard would do, isn't it?
All the fans are behind him.
I mean, Duggan's here. As as Woodard, would you be bringing Postma on for Higuita, bearing in mind that Higuita's performance has been that bad so far? There won't be any changes for Blues. There's no point making any changes there. Scally, the only one who wasn't performing, apart from Walker being a little bit quiet, slightly out of position. They've been all right.
I've never really had a good Taribo West, and I don't think he's performing well for these guys either. I don't get what the fuss is about with Taribo. He's got some good stats, but 7 point something is no good. I don't get him. He's too prone to ill discipline, like he is doing.
Yeah, I mean, I think the attributes certainly drag people in on a free transfer, don't they? That's what it's about, and I think that's where he developed that cult following. I haven't had a reply from Duggan at this point.
I would do it with Danglers. I really would. As you've seen me do on many occasions, if my keeper's having a bit of a shocker,
and we're going to do it because he has brought Postma on, and sometimes to good effect, and sometimes that 8, and then other times to terrible effect of a 4. But he's not. You don't have 2 bad goalkeepers in a game, are you? What? Anyway, we got on to the second half, and
He wasn't a myth. He wasn't a myth in that one, Steve. He was excellent at it.
It's a goal for Mike Duff, making it
I mean,
3.
Postma's done no better, has he?
No, he's just standing up and taking it. But yeah, I mean, Blues still playing very, very well. Palacios has dropped a bit. There are no injuries there, so there's no need to have any substitutes. Um, well, it's really painful for the dog to have done that. But Dangley's, there's no need for any changes. Changes. Postma's on a 5 as well. Oh, that's horrendous.
I
But
imagine Wolfie's dog had like a green rope toy that came out first, and that's how it happened.
that's quite
Chewed it up a
possible.
bit.
Quite possible. Uh, half an hour to go. Subless. At that point, Tofting into King didn't quite work out. Can Postma improve to a 6? Goal for Mutu, and Postma does go up to a 6. So Mutu has at least got himself off the line here with it. It's 3-2. The chances are much more in favour of Dangley's at the moment, but the scoreline in favour of the Blues. Tofting has looked quite lively, Stig Tofting, this game. He's been the creative force from what I've noticed. Mutu with chances again to score right into the last minute or so, and Blues holding on for a win, but at least I think the goalkeeper sub did actually make sense in the end. Yeah, it wasn't a bad match in the end at all.
No, good game, and I mean, looking at the second half, Danglers were well on top, weren't they, in terms of attempts? So probably not a fair result. I think a draw would probably be the fair result at the end of that. But Blues have done very well to hold on, particularly with 10 men for pretty much an hour, isn't it? By the time Scally's got sent off with injury time as well, so it's yeah, very good result for Blues. But Danglers are unlucky, and they did a lot better second half.
Yes, yeah, and I think is that Blues' first win under new management?
Not sure. They beat me, didn't they? But I don't know if that was under the old manager because they didn't pick a team. I think that's right.
Could be indeed. We'll have a little look afterwards when we see what's going on. But yeah, I think look, Lee Bowyer putting in 20 attempted challenges, at least winning 12 of them was pretty good. Um, yeah, there's not,
Good performance from Rosicki out wide there. Interesting.
yeah, no assists, but still played very, very well. Bowyer playing well. King not up to the task today, and Lee Hughes with a particularly quiet match. So yeah, it was all right today. It was a very, very entertaining match at least. Fifey's still not here, so we do go over to Sprungfelt versus Badgers. Tato is probably around on the chat, no, but not chatting. So we got over to Sprungfelt versus Badgers, and Savage has been quite quiet, but he is here. So in here,
He'll be too busy typing in Yorkshire. Oh, he might have been putting loads of messages in that you just don't see.
yeah, he's been the most active on the chat, but nothing's happening. Um, yeah, it's a good team, and then Ronaldo's playing.
Yeah, Ronaldo he's still not bad. He's not in good form, is he, for Sprungfeld? I mean, just got a bit of a gap in the centre, isn't there? So it depends on what formation Badgers are playing. But I don't think they overload the centre either. But I like what Savage has done with the formation.
I'm
And
just laughing
Whitley,
because of course knowing what Badgers are playing.
and Whitley in defensive mid against with Ned Flanders. I think they'll be an excellent little partnership in there.
Yeah, it's certainly a pretty strong in
And
the
sorry, it's
centre.
Flanders' dad, isn't it? That one rather than Ned. Ned's an attacking mid.
Oh yes, yes indeed. Yeah, the Flandre with his thing. Tato is here. I'm here but not listening. Um, or I'm not here but listening is how I almost read it out. It'll be a great one for today. Chris Williams still unhappy.
Is Duggan reading Saha's Nelson's laugh rather than Lou the policeman?
No, I think um,
Because I sometimes read it as Nelson's laugh, even though it's not Nelson, is it? It's just Lou the policeman. But you can pronounce it as Saha, and then it's a bit like Nelson.
oh, it might be possible, isn't it? But Yeah, I never thought of it that way. Never thought of it that way. But yeah, instead of Officer Lou. Yeah. Anyway, Badgers, and of course for today they're missing 4 players on that. One change to the lineup sees Ekiog. He's out for today and replaced by Kufre.
Yeah, Cooper is a player who's not really rated too much on this game, but I quite like him, isn't it? Oh no, don't feel bad. I think that as well with Zaha. I know it's rough, Mr. Lou though, but it does make me think that way. Yep, forgot about Badgers. Have a bit of a mad formation, don't they? So it's yeah, forgot that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
the
don't really know what you
mad
can say. I'm just
formation.
you're just looking all over everything, aren't you? But good players, interesting to see how it turns out.
And this did come from my formation. That this is apart from the lines, that was a formation I just sort of suggested that I wanted to try out at some point in something, playing
Th-
two
This is the
across.
most painful.
Yeah, but there we are. If it brings a smile, it's doing its John. Which John? John of Vangelis.
I remember John in The Simpsons. Yeah.
I love you, Mike Savage. That's what everyone says. That's what everyone says, that one. Here we go. Here we go. Predictions with an erotic formation.
I'm going to say 2-1, but I'm not going to say who to.
I'd love you to took me in at night with a hot chocolate and tell me everything is going to be alright. I think you are lovely.
He'll say everything's going to be Reed, wouldn't he, from Yorkshire?
Alright. From East Lancashire. I have sound now. Superb. Sprungfelt Badgers. Here we go. There must be more predictions than no predictions in the chat. There must be. Look at him.
I predict Mike is going to tuck Duggan into bed.
And call him call him Stefan. Anyway, well, no one cares. No one is bothered about predictions. Let's go for it. 0-0 says Tatar, so that's good there.
He's right so far.
Ronaldo is blasting one off target early on, and Alyssa Derby with chances for Mane has been defensively solid there at that point. Predictions coming in, Tatar. Oh, Ronaldo offside. He did score, but it's not counted again. Duggan going for 1-1. Wolfie going for 3-1 to Sprungfelt. It's certainly quite an action-packed game without being spectacular. Collins, or someone with a nutmeg at least at that point for Badgers. Priest making a save. Both goalkeepers starting off pretty well. Barthez, of course, sat there on the bench as it is at the moment. Yeah, it's been alright. It's been alright. And Sprungfelt probably do look the slightly more attacking force at the moment, but Badgers do look dangerous when they go on the attack. Apparently it's been given, and Nedved scores. It looked controversial, but it's been given and it's been scored. And to say some matches have had 2 matches today, I haven't even filled out a page of the report. This one has been pretty excessive. It was a harsh decision of Sebastian backing into Nedved, who scores the goal.
You don't get a lot of backing in penalties in real life, do you?
No,
It's,
he's backing in. Yeah.
yeah, it's an odd one, really, but it's a very good half from them both, really. I think looking at that balance of play seems to be that Sprungfeld deserve to be winning, and they've had some very good performances in defence, though. So the Pope in particular has played well from the first half, most of the first half, in fact, because we're naming his partner Lou as the main man, so he stepped up. And De Flandre and Whitley in front of the back three have performed well too.
Yeah.
And
Everyone
Lisa,
7s and above.
yeah, very good.
Some shot rate for no goals. Yeah, it's been an interesting first half without the goals to back it up. Nothing till 60 from Savage, and for Tato, Kufre on a 5. Kufre on a 5.
Yeah, he's not having a good game so far, is he? Not one header, 1 out of 5 tackles, 2 out of 5 passes. It's got time to come good yet.
I think Badgers will change a couple of things up. I'm not sure what, but is it a Harshimovic kind of moment, or
Yeah, get him up top.
Kyle. So there are three changes happening. Kyle's coming on off. Sorry, for ZZ Roberts. Uh, Masera is coming off for
Russ has been
Harasimovic.
quiet for a while, hasn't he? But that's his cue now to make a ZZ Roberts pun about going up front.
Go on my formation, please. This will be when Rayad moves backwards and Harasimovic moves there. Is that it? Paul's in.
I think Postma was last game, Mike. I think you're a bit behind with your comments.
So this is that there, or are we going to that? Which one is it going to be?
I think he's moving to where the arrowhead is.
That could be it. We'll have to see. Move him in, two up top. There we go.
Well, ball move. That's what we like to see.
Yeah.
It's been a good half, but no goals. Push on a bit, but not go mad with loading it with strikers.
Not necessarily strikers. Thanks, divine leader.
That's a Stonecutters.
Na 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 leader. Nedved's on a yellow card. And there it is. Tony Roberts with the goal. It's 1-1. And it's 2-1. And it was a goal from Eddie Pope. And a corner has been given. Wow. Oh, look at the ratings now for Sprungfeld. They're getting better and better.
Pope has been the leading man all this game, and he said spotlight was on Lou before the game and debating over whether he is even Lou. And look at that. Eddie has come alongside him and absolutely blown those away so far.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You are not wrong.
Good evening.
Evening, Jim. Good evening. Hope you are well. You're here at the battle between second and third in the league at the moment. 2-1 is to Sprungfelt. Just see if Savage will make the change. Tato, that's how it looks so far. It looks full of changes. Pushing them to these ratings. Yeah, absolutely right. Actually, yeah, the performance hasn't been great, but it is only one goal in it. And ZZ Roberts and all the substitutes have actually made a decent impact. Shinjuris are a myth. Crack the shins. So here we go.
Imagine if one of them breaks a leg now.
Massive break. At least Adebe's hit the post.
Yeah, tell that to David Boost.
3-1 will happen. 3-1 will happen, says Wolfie. At this point, it's quite possible, isn't it? But it's still poised. Nedved having chances. Badgers trying to get forward a little bit more, but they are being pegged back, and Chaz is still coming. Ronaldo's up to a 7 now, so he's off his best performance in quite a while. But with 5 minutes to go, still very tense at this point. Disallowed. Roberts had it in the net. And Collins, so close. Final whistle, 2-1, and Jeff Whitley is man of the match in the end. And of all the outfield players at Sprungfelt, Ronaldo was the worst on a 7.
He was, but don't forget he had his goal disallowed early on, so that could have changed things. But he would be equal to the best outfielder on Badger's lineup. Excellent performance from Sprungfeld. Quim, De Flandre and Pope all had 9s at one point in the defence, so Badger's obviously pushed him, but great defensive performance, and Jeff has marshalled that defensive part to a 2-1 victory in the end.
Well, yeah, that was it. It was a very, very interesting game to watch. Plenty of shots, 26 with 16 on target. Whitley doing very, very well as a defensive genius there. Ronaldo made lots and lots of dribbles, and for Badgers, well, the subs were quite useful, weren't they? I thought.
Yeah, subs were useful. They pushed him on. It was tight till the end, and Roberts nearly had his second of the game, didn't he? So can't be too down at that performance. It's just excellent Sprungfeld defensive performance. That's hammered it home, hasn't it? After they play well up top too, so good all
Mm.
round game from Sprungfeld, and nothing you could do against that really.
And Savage calling genius subs there as well. As he calling his own subs as genius as well. The less is more approach. But it's the final game. Fifey's still not here, but the game will have to go ahead. And Duggan, Duggan's been in and out a bit on this one, but let's see what comes of that for this one. See if he can make it back. Um, let's have a look. So Ado, he's considering a contract still from last time out. Aquilani wants to stay. Ferguson would like a new contract. 27.5 grand a week. Should get used to these things. They're always the same. And I think this is our first sign of Flamingos being a bit complacent.
How do you mean complacent?
Um, they've been winning recently, plenty of games, scoring four, playing very strong teams. Look at the players who've been in the lineup,
No, okay, I'm with you. Yeah.
and then we get to playing Red West and going for Williams in defence, who frankly didn't really want to play in defence, and then we've got Georgic making a rare start. We've got David Johnson and Liberopoulos up there. Liberopoulos has made one start. David Johnson has made one start. It's their weakest team of the season, I would say.
Well, it's all the ammunition that Fred West will need to take them down, wouldn't it? I mean, it's the West Derby, isn't it, with these two? And if you can just pin that team sheet up to the board and say, look what they're doing to us, it's yeah, it'd be interesting.
And
Five, he's
Mark
not here to
Goodlad's
manage it
starting
so
in
if it
goal
starts
again.
badly.
Yeah, Goodlad's back in for Richard. Right? Does he think we had the originale? Oh yeah, because the originale, when they played their previous match before today, they were beaten 7-2.
Seven, that's a lot to concede, isn't it? Seven.
7, yeah, can you believe it? 7. And then you said you loved me, Doug. No, I think this talk isn't about. No, the worst concept isn't the concept versus best concept. This is Flamingos versus
This game,
Red
yeah.
West, not your game, Savage.
But
Don't worry, don't
I
worry.
I suppose maybe Mike wanted it to be the best concept.
Oh yeah, maybe he's Duggan claiming his own best as best one. It's a good concept. They're both good concepts. Uh, Yeah, so Lee Min Sung being offered a new contract. Nakazawa, this is a team full of players who are wanting this massive signing on fees. Um, Underachieving. Cheng, disappointed. Choi, disappointed. Yang,
Cheng's part Costa Rican, did that say?
yeah, yeah, that's actually true. I can't remember um, where he'd
Did
been.
not know that.
He's been playing South China, unknown clubs. But yeah, I did see it when I put the squad in. I was like, that's quite an interesting one to be half Costa Rican. Um, so yeah, I mean, it it strikes me as I mean, Kawaguchi is the concern for today. Kawaguchi, not Tamari Bucci the concern, but out for a few days with a twisted knee, and he's still in goal.
Well, have we got a keeper on the bench?
Yeah, yeah, Kim G's on
Yeah,
the
Kim.
bench.
Yeah, yeah. So that's fine. I mean, it's a knee, isn't it? It's not like it's an elbow or an arm or anything. It's his knee. He's got another knee. What's a knee? Darius Silva's only got one. He's still
Plenty more
manages to
knees
play.
in the sea.
Yeah, and
So
Chi is on. That's right.
yeah,
I
oh,
think I think Nanami's going to have a good game. I think Flamingo's going to be torn apart by those three midfield today.
he's played every game and still has yet to hit the form. But I think it's going to happen at some point. But let's get to the action. Who's going to touchy subject keepers on the bench?
I play no keeper on the bench.
Yeah, you don't play keeper on the bench, yeah, and Big Noopy doesn't play keeper on the bench either. Predictions.
I'm going to say 2-1 for the fired up mentality of the Pacific from Flamingo's lineup.
2-1 as well, says Duggan. And what my prediction is Fifey turns up at half time. That's my prediction. Let's see.
He's been
Well,
busy swiping, Steve said, didn't he? So
instead of and she's been sent off.
she off, she off.
A professional foul, I think it said. Kawaguchi doesn't use his knees to dive.
I presume he just flops a bit like Joe Hart against Iceland, then, isn't it?
I mean,
But, right, has he
to
got crack on the
me,
bench to bring on?
yeah, she off crack on, that'd be great. He says crack on, but I mean, we could have gone for Fanji into the middle midfield or something, just to.
He'll just make a longer run later if needed. Yeah, Kawaguchi is a concern, isn't he? He is a concern. We did say that before the game.
At least. At
Oh,
least
it's a
Duggan.
shame Duggan's a bit behind because we're with 10 men. Try with 9.
At least now this means he doesn't have to play two. He doesn't have to play three at the back. He can go for two at the back if he wants to with
Don't,
9 men on.
and you don't need wide players, is
You
that
don't
right?
need wide players either. The rules go at 9 men or below. Re- hang off for the keeper. Oh, it's tremendous. Yeah, you can change things. You can change things up definitely. Or you're gonna undo that sub and go for a defensive playoff. Let's see. I'm happy for you to.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what the ref's name is. That's a very good point. It's
Well, DML, DMC.
He's going for the flying V with Kenny Wu there on the left. That's the plan. Maybe a little run forward from Fan into attacking mid.
Her in the middle.
Yeah, I think he was over a bit before.
Oh, yeah, don't worry. Yeah, you are.
It seems like you've been attacking the opposition though, rather than the players, isn't it?
This is still taking less time than Smuts. 7 minutes in. Big arrow. Get your
Yes.
eyes out.
Yes.
Bit of
And we don't need the defensive mids wide, do we? If you
no,
wanted
I
them
think he
more
wants
central.
some width. I think he wants a bit of width.
Yeah, well,
So-
fair play. Right, we've got 2 minutes till the next red, so we'll have to work out what happens
Here
then.
we go.
Penalty to face.
And it's a goal. It's Williams who scores it as well. Well, all the talk
Frank
from the
Williams.
slight disrespect. Liberopoulos makes it 2. Yeah, it's all the talk about the sort of respect at the start. I think it's probably gone a little bit there. It's a strange game, isn't it? It's a very strange game. 2-0. 2 red cards in the first 10 minutes. Very comfortable now, and at least they're trying to make a game of it. And Howe has pulled one back. It's 2-1. Tremendous. The game
How
is
do you like that?
well and truly on. 9 viewers, chat rate of 10. That's all good, isn't it? It's
Ambrosini's having a shocker against 9 men, isn't he?
5 here at half time. There's a prediction. I said he'd be here at half time. There he is. I did not tell him to do that.
Well, I think he's going to be pretty pleased with the position he's in at this point. Imagine if your team had lost twice to 9 men this season. That'd be embarrassing, wouldn't it?
Oh, we're playing. Yes, it's the final game of the day, Fifey. There's nothing, nothing could have done to hold it any longer, unfortunately. But the performance has been bizarre.
If his first move's not to take Ambrosini off, then That is showing more disrespect, isn't it?
Wow, 6 dribbles from Lee Young Pure is a highlight of the game so far. Well, the highlight of the game is a two. Alan Archibald's complete 33 out of 34 passes. At the back, he still has a 5 out of 10. Um, Not much to be said. Ambrosini has won a header. He's missed a shot, and that's about it. An interception, a 4. Yeah. Anyway, subs free the manager. We see conditions okay there, and condition is all right there. Can I make a sub, please? Yes, you are manager. And 2 seconds. Rain Man. Well, let's see what happens here. Shows me lineup and positions of subs. I will do quickly, yeah. So if we just go on to
Son.
that there. Drop Liveropoulos back to attacking mid. So that's there. Drop Liveropoulos back to attacking mid. With arrow.
And get Mukoko on.
Liveropoulos has scored though, hasn't he? He needs to stay on.
Go back to Red West so Duggan can see us.
Yeah. Liveropoulos off for McPhee. So he scored. He's got himself an 8, and he's coming off. But yeah, it's Yu Sang Shi, of course. So the 2 subs coming up here for Flamingos. Liveropoulos.
No, Invincible has started, hasn't he?
Oh, so alright, so he's coming off instead. There we
No,
are.
it's
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Hang on. Liveropoulos for McPhee. Right. What? I'm just undoing what I did there. Just undoing
So
my change.
I mean, Pipey's cheating a little bit, isn't he? Well, no, he's not. He's taking off 3 players and putting on 1, so he's evening it up. That's nice.
So
That is
Liveropoulos
nice.
coming off for McPhee. Then
Invincible instead for
and
McPhee.
then Mukoko then for McPhee.
So 4 players for McPhee. How many's Pipey's had to drink tonight?
Mukoko's playing out wide on the right, and he's a central player.
Is he all right?
Oh no, Dyer for McPhee then. So there we are. So that's happening, isn't it? That's it. Yeah, Dyer's out right. Mukoko's there. That makes sense. Big arrows on wingers. That's probably the biggest arrow you get. With
1 at the
Amos
back,
Dyer.
2 up top.
There.
That is nice.
Yeah. That's excellent. There we are. Mr. Burns commenting there. So for Red West, so 1 at the back, 2 up top. Now, if we have a quick look into here, I don't think either defender can play as a.
What?
I was just wondering about
Well,
putting Fab up
we've got
front.
another sub though, haven't we?
Sue.
So-
Oh yeah, Sue for the centre half. Yeah. So Nakazawa
Nakazawa's got a 6, hasn't he?
and Dehara's got a 7. So yep, okay. So
Sue's number 8 at the top.
Oh yeah, have a look at you.
No, you weren't looking at me. You were looking at.
And it is allowed. Remember, Fifey, this is allowed for substitutes here because this team has got 9 men, so the 3 at the back rule does
Look
not.
at Smuts with his
apply.
hypocrisy. That is embarrassing, isn't it?
Good night, good night, Stu. All the best. We'll see you soon. So that's
Good night, Stu. Say hi to Curtis for as well.
there we are. So let's get on with the show because it's been a while since Douglas put messages. So that's done. Oh,
Still Ambrosini on.
For Son, just in case. Just in case it's sent off. There we are. You missed it. Did I miss it before?
No, that but
Oh
was
yeah,
it about
Jihad
taking the mix with the
yeah,
changes?
it was mentioned before. Yeah, I missed it. Yeah, did miss it. If there's a lot of formation tweaks, wasn't there, on the other team at that point? Yep, I did miss it. So both teams have made all. No, both teams have made all the subs at all. Just felt like a lot of subs from
McPhee's come
Flamingos.
on for everyone, yeah.
It's certainly an interesting one, isn't it? At this point, 2-1. It stands at the moment. Chances still coming in, but the way this game is going, it is pretty interesting. Ambrosini's still on a 4. Archibald's still on a
Yeah, that's
5.
mad, isn't it? So Ambrosini's going to come off for these next
Well,
four. Yeah.
Georgic is a concern here, 81%, but he's not. He's not even injured. Invincible, obviously you'll never be injured. Kieran Dyer at 84. He has a shin injury. Oh, did he have shin splints at one point?
Yeah, he did. He did, and it's even worse now, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's ruined, isn't he? Yeah.
I don't think that's a technical term, but yeah.
The technical term. Yeah. I mean, Ado is sat there on the bench. Why can't we score? We scored 2. Does that count? Uh, since throughout his career, yeah.
He was very good in his England debut against Luxembourg, was it? At right back, and that was his highlight, wasn't it?
Vincibile for
Yep.
was it Georgic? Oh, it's just a
Georgic,
switch
yeah.
between. See, I've not made that sub on purpose there. Of course, it just it keeps dragging off tonight. Vincibile for Georgic. So just switching over the two. Okay, and Inzaghi then.
Live for Boyan, Inzaghi, then Boyan.
Is it? Oh yeah. So basically, he's coming off for him, and they're swapping places. Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. Switch, sub. Done. And here we go. Didn't even look at Red West at that point. Let's do Red West just in case. Did they want to do anything? I didn't do anything.
And 9 for the goalkeeper, though. Well played.
Yeah. I assume Duggan is going to keep
Not
it
really
as
a lot
is.
you can do with all your subs done.
All the subs made. Is he keeping that as it is? I just need a quick yes to crack on or whatever.
Yeah, that's a fair point Duggan's made about the qualifying for the Champions League. He was pretty good there, to be fair.
Yeah, he's always fighting fit. Where sound down X. There we are, lovely. This is looking jolly good as a contest for this last 20 minutes or so that's coming up. Inzaghi's taking a yellow card. There's surely another red card left in this game somewhere. And absolutely nothing like what it could have been after the first 7 minutes. When a penalty, of course, it was a penalty that put them in the lead. And there's still chances they're coming close, Red West. Still time to get something, but it looks like Flamingos are holding on just towards the end. Can they be another goal? Liberopolis goes forward. There's Inzaghi, 3-1, settling the game. 3-1 it is, and Ambrosini survived with a 4. Wow, and David Johnson, man of the match.
That game was effectively 1-1 after the penalty until injury time, when I imagine Red West just pulled forward. But penalty notwithstanding, because that's a free shot at goal, isn't it? It was 1-1 with 9 men against 11 for 85 minutes, wasn't it, until injury time? So good effort from Red West, and I mean Flamingos made hard work of it, but they got the points, haven't they?
Yeah, indeed. A massive performance there to keep the score down, and they've got to be pretty pleased with that. They've got two sending offs, means 2 suspensions coming up, and for She, it's the first red card of the season, but of course a second suspension that we have for them.
What did he do? Oh, professional foul, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
professional foul.
Yeah,
So we've checked. Look at those red cards early on. No, it's,
no
yeah,
push, no
it's a push
push.
though. So he's pushed him while running forward. So I mean that's a bit worse than a professional foul, isn't it? And then a professional foul again at that point. Yeah, so strange performance. And I just want to sort of check on here runs. They only made 2 dribbles all game as a team, so it wasn't that. Davy Johnson, man of the match for some kind of reason. A few key passes.
I'd have preferred Julie Johnson rather than David for a D Johnson up front, but David was good at Notts Forest, particularly for a bit, wasn't he? Who was
Yes.
the ref? Good question from
Who was
Savage.
the ref? The ref was Leif Lindberg. Yeah, there we go. So we
Doesn't
will.
even sound like he's from the West Country.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. Anyway, really interesting game. 23 shots a season. Never get that. So for today, after last time went very much the way of the home teams, today we've had 3 away wins and an interesting round of games. And let's take a quick look at the table. Boston are 3 points clear of Sprungfelt, with now Mega Horse and Badgers chasing at 23 points as it stands for them. Fortuna in 5th, Divisionale up to 6th, the lofty heights there. Flamingos in 7th, Grove down to 8th in the table. Dangley's 9th, and then Gondor and Blues playing it out there for 10th. Pelham get the point to move them away from the bottom 2, and Aussie's Dream, very, very strange formation for today, and Red West Pacific, valiant effort at least, but wasn't to be. The team of the week sees Emil Baron in goal, Liam Piozic, Burn,
Lots of
Duff.
Sprungfeld in there in the squad.
Lots of Sprungfoot. I mean, it's deserved for the team
And
performance in that
Danglis as
game.
well, to be fair.
Giggs and Bowyer in there, and Thomas Rosicki. Rosicki did play well, Bowyer played very well. Yeah, it's a very...
Jeff Waitley on the bench is absolutely criminal, isn't it? Though
He's one of the matches.
particularly to have Kieran Dyer in from Flamingos. It's
and not a single Red West player, and no Mega Horse, and no Fortuna. Looking into the next round of fixtures, 20th of July, I think this is where the summer break kicks in, and there are no cup games as it stands. I will just check and see when the schedule is for the new season. 29th of July, so it's coming. No, that's last season's cup, so we don't actually know when the new season's cup is coming up yet. There might be a game first. If not, Mega Horse Fortuna.
what was your score last time out?
Last time round it was 7-2.
7-2.
Yeah, it was an interesting one. So that's the fixture for next time. Mega Horse Fortuna, Gondor Boston. So this round has been played before, hasn't it? We have met already this season, and I think you won, did you?
I don't remember that at all.
Oh no, you lost 1-0. I had 2 reds.
Oh yeah, you
That
had
was
9 men. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what was your score last time?
Last time, but not today, but the time before, it was 7-2.
7-2.
Yeah. Aussie's Dream versus Dangley's. Pelham Flamingos. See what Flamingos score with that time. Red West versus Blues. That could be a very interesting game, but a few players missing. The original.
It's the colour derby, that one, isn't it? Red against blue.
Red against blue. Yeah, we had West Countries, now we got the Reds and the Blues. And Sprungfelt versus Grove. I think that might be a very interesting match next time out. So, can you check when I play Smuts again? Yes, I can. You will play them in 3 matches time, but I might put the cup games midweek. So it'll either be in 2 weeks or in 3 weeks time. I might just put the cup games as a quick show. In fact, it's gives me 14 games on, so it will be a round of its own. So it'll be in 3 weeks time. So it'll be the last games before Christmas. Yeah, here we are. I think it will, unless it's the first games of the new year. Just depends on when what the schedule is in terms of home life at that point. But anyway, thank you very much, Quinton, for your help tonight. Superb as ever.
Thank you. And yeah, I stepped in for Savage later on after your abusive parental text that you sent to me. So just watch your back, Savage, because some of the stuff he said was not nice.
Getting a bit close to Jude. Yeah, it's getting a bit close to Jude there, isn't it, for you? Yeah, you have to do it from the maternity ward or something like that instead. Go for it. Meet up there. And yeah, Savage, cheers, gents. Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Savage, for tonight. Five, he can help deliver the baby. That's the plan. He's been trained up. Um, it'll be great. Anyway, thank you to everyone for watching, and we have confused you. You've confused us, and we've had a
Thanks,
good one.
everyone.
Thanks again, and good night.